The first step in getting our ignition system ready is to internally time the magneto. Right here is the 6300 series slick magneto, and on the data plate it says left rotating. And I'll explain what that means in a second. So we'll take off this side of the housing. So inside you have your lead that goes to the capacitor. You want to unhook that and take off the distributor cap. You can leave that shoe in there. So you can also loosen these points just a little bit so we can mess around with them. So in here on our magnet there are notches, and this one has an R and an arrow pointed towards it in a slot. You want to find the left one. This one has a slot, says L, and an arrow pointed towards the L. And rotate it until it's just before it touches, it disappears. And you put your little tool to hold E-gap right here. Now that that's in place, we can hook up our timing light. One to this lead, and the other to ground. Turn on your timing light, so the final points are just opening. It's right there. So it went off, but that's okay. We'll mess with that a little bit more. We know we're close. Right there. And the L and the arrow on the gear should be pointing in this direction. So you can unhook your timing light, take out this tool, and find on the distributor cap an L on the top and the L on the bottom of the gear. Here's L. So you want to put your timing pin through the top and also through the gear, so it holds this gear in place. I'm going to put this on the magneto and reassemble it. Put on this side of the housing and the capacitor. Make sure you reconnect your capacitor lead. And we'll test it again with this hooked up to the P lead, and the other side hooked up to ground. Make sure you find a good ground. Turn your timing light. Again, rotate the rotor shaft, and the point should be opening and closing. Your magneto is internally timed and ready to send a spark to the engine. However, you want to leave your timing pin in so it is still timed when you mount it on the engine.
Okay, so the first step in timing a magneto to an engine is making sure that the magneto is ready to send a spark. So right here we have a slick 4300 series, and it is right rotating, as you can see on the nameplate. And so to make sure the magneto is ready to send a spark, so next you're gonna make sure the engine is ready to receive a spark. So you're gonna turn it until you have compression on cylinder wall.
There we go. Yep. We're compressing right now.
Okay, so now you're gonna look for the markings on your engine. This specific one has markings on the flange. And so we're gonna line those up with the bottom of the engine to 24 degrees to 24 degrees before top center. And you'll find that information in the maintenance manual. Okay. So now the engine is ready to receive a spark, and the magneto is ready to send the spark. So we're gonna put the magneto on.
Got it.
Get the other one.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you want to leave the magneto loose so you can fine tune it to the engine. So you hook up your timing light. You're going to put the ground on the magneto and then your timing light onto the P-lead. Now that your magneto is mounted onto the engine, you are going to rotate it until it's just coming on. Okay.
Alright. Tighten it down.
Once it's just coming on, you're gonna tighten it down with your Harbor Freight tools.
We are not sponsored by Harbor Freight Tools, by the way. But we should be.
And you want to leave your timing light on to make sure the magneto doesn't rotate when you're tightening.
Alright.
So now you're going to repeat that process for the other side. And then after you have the magneto on,
Take the pin out.
you're going to take the pin out. And then go backwards, and then go past it, and then back again to release, what is it, gear latch?
Yeah, gear latch, yeah.
And then you're gonna find where the magneto just comes on. We're right at 24 degrees. So now you have a timed magneto.